back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Kids on Brooms right here at Proficiency Bonus. I am your narrator, Professor Fern Spindlewheel, and I'm so glad that you could join us once again as we dive back in to our epic tale with our students here at Weeping Terrace School for the Magically Gifted. Jameson, hovering above, in the darkness of the observatory, stars glimmering all around you. Hamilton Minx and Rosa Rivers are kneeling upon the floor of this chamber, also glittering with stars, and chalking in what looked to be some kind of magical runes upon the floor with their pack of chalk. The rest of you, Medea, Alistair, Julia, you guys can see as this tunnel ends, maybe about 30 or so feet in front of you, you can see into the observatory and see these two. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on because it's very dark in this room, but you can see silhouetted amongst the starlight these two students that seem to be working down at the bottom upon the floor. Looks like they're drawing or writing something. And what would you guys like to do at this moment?
I mean, I've been hovering over them for a minute, watching them start to draw this circle. So I'm gonna aim my wand, say a couple of words, and I want to try to shoot water out of my wand to try to erase the chalk.
Excellent. Go ahead. This is going to be some type of we're going to call this like a conjuring check of some nature. So let's see. You're conjuring water. I'll say you can make a fight check on this.
All right.
So we're going to go to see what the difficulty is, as I have to refresh my memory as well. So yes, water could definitely happen naturally. So it's a relatively, how big? So it's just gonna be like spraying like a water hose kind of.
Yeah, I'm thinking like my wand is a hose, and I'm just
gotcha.
like.
Okay. So that'll add a +3. So we're looking at 4 so far. How long do you want this to last? Do you want it to be like maybe up to a minute long?
Yeah, like roughly a minute, just to spray a little bit.
That makes it a 5. And how often do you think you've casted something like this before in the past?
How many times do you set things on fire by accident?
Probably a couple times.
Okay. So the base difficulty of this is going to be a 6. So you can make a fight check of a 6.
Okay. Just reading my strengths real quick. Okay, I have to roll for this. Come on. Nope. That's a 1. +1, that's a 2.
2, and your adversity tokens aren't even going to get you there if you spend
Nope.
them, unless you have something that makes them worth more. Okay, so you begin to cast incantations. You notice, when you do this, Hamilton Minx looks right up at you as you're kind of shouting out the magic words, and water starts to spray out of the wand, but basically Hamilton stands up and gets in the way of the water, and you basically spray Hamilton Minx with the hose from your wand instead of actually hitting the chalk circle that's upon the floor. And
Does he short circuit?
He doesn't appear. He doesn't appear to. No. From that. So, any recollection of thinking this person was a robot is probably out the window now.
Yeah.
He's completely covered in drenched. His hair is soaked and now just sticking to the side of his head. You guys are noticing that some commotion has started to happen in the room. The rest of you, what would you guys like to do as this takes place?
Would we have watched him? Would we have been in view of him being able to hose down Hamilton?
He's elevated, and you guys haven't fully come out into the room yet from the tunnel, so you wouldn't have been able to see him.
Right.
But you noticed Hamilton Minx. You recognize him get up and all of a sudden get blasted with a torrent of water.
Yes. All right. I think that we should start running over. But as we are, I was wondering if I could make some sort of brains check about what I remember about Orion's belt, and why, if I could think of what that may have to do with anything.
Okay, sure. You can make a brains check. I'm going to say that the difficulty on this is going to be a little above average. I'm going to say it's going to be a 9.
All right. And would this get the D4 or not?
This is just recalling
Just
knowledge,
regular?
so it'd just be a stat, yeah.
That's an 8.
An 8. Well, you can spend adversity tokens if you'd like. Or you can
Right.
just choose to just fail and take an additional adversity token on the failure.
You know what? I will do that because
Okay.
maybe when we open the book, I may be able to find more information and do better later. I will take the L and take an
the L.
adversity token.
I love it, yes.
Heck yeah, 2 L's. We just started.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Yo, she said I'll take the L.
Yeah, Jameson would also get an adversity token.
Yeah,
as
I
well,
marked
so
it.
yeah, you guys can mark that. Yeah, so recalling, looking for information that you might have learned in a previous astronomy class or anything like that. Nothing seems to jump up into your mind that you can remember.
Alright.
Recalling that knowledge.
I would like to, after watching Hamilton get drenched and then Julia kind of like puzzle at the ceiling and then just kind of like shrug it off, I guess. I would like to try to phase change the water into fog that he's soaked with and make the room foggy.
Ooh, nice. You're changing the water into fog. Ooh.
Liquid to gas.
There you
Yes,
go.
we
That
have
could
a
happen naturally.
It could
Yeah.
Speaking of
happen
the
naturally.
process of the water cycle.
Yeah.
Now, I would say this is going to be Flight says blending into your surroundings. That could be similar.
Is it transmutation magic? Not really, because it's just it's like a natural process, wouldn't it? Water to fall.
Yeah.
I would argue because like not that it's like just because it's a better stat, but like arguably because somebody is soaked with water and I'm basically microwaving him to make it turn into gas. Not literally, but like figuratively. It probably would lean towards fight as well.
Okay. Let me it is. Now, here's what I'll do. Like, fight is deliberately, it says in the book, fight is generally used to cast magic when you want to attack enemies, break curses, or blast through obstacles.
Okay,
so
so
basically, if you make it fight, you are making the fog by scorching him. But if you'd like to just make it magical fog, I would say that'd fall
I
under
would
flight.
quite recommend the scorching, considering we still have information that we need to find.
Yes.
Perhaps a less violent path.
Let's go with flight. All right. So we're
Okay.
gonna make flight. And it's magic.
It's magic, so you'll have a D4 on your check. Let me give you a difficulty on that on my spell check list right here. So it could happen naturally. That's right. So it's +1. How big of a space are you shooting for? Do you want this whole chamber to be foggy, or do you want just like the area that they're standing in, kind of?
The immediate vicinity, at least.
Okay.
As much as is reasonable for the amount of water that he had dumped out.
So
So,
this
like if he dumped out like 5 gallons, I would say maybe like 5 cubic feet or something.
Okay. So this is going to be bigger than a person, but smaller than a classroom. So that's +5.
Yes.
So there's a 6 so far. So duration, how long do you want the fog to last?
Enough so we can kind of like get in there and maybe mess with the circle directly without being noticed.
So just a few minutes?
Yeah, a couple minutes.
Okay, so that
maybe like 5 minutes.
So we're up to 7. And have you ever cast this spell before, or have you witnessed it, or are you completely inexperienced?
I'm gonna say inexperienced. Like I understand the principles behind it, but I've never actually attempted it before.
So inexperience is +5 to the difficulty. So you're going to be at a 12 on this check. Added together.
It's in chat.
It's in chat? Oh no.
I rolled it's a 6.
It's a 6. Oh no.
3 L's.
3 L's. we're starting off good today. Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
Is there anything that you can do to navigate that number or
Hold
mitigate
on.
it a
Let me
little
see.
bit or?
So I rolled a d12, but it didn't seem to roll a d4.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll a
So-
d4 and you can add that
so let
to
me-
your
let
6.
me
Yeah, for some
roll the-
reason sometimes in roll20 it doesn't roll the magic.
So
you
that's
actually-
a 9.
9.
I can use all of I can use all of my adversity tokens.
Well,
To
I
make
have a
this
question,
work.
actually.
You could.
I have a question. I don't know. It wouldn't bring him all the way up. However, I have the ability to, when I help my friends, to give them a +2 as opposed to just +1. Is it possible that I would see him attempting and see what he's trying to do and be able to assist him in that endeavor since we take the same classes?
Sure. I'll allow it.
So
All right, so I will spend an adversity token to give you a +2 to your roll.
Okay, so then I only have to use 1 to match it.
One to
adversity
yeah.
token to
1
match
will
it.
get you to
So-
the 12. Yep.
Alright, so I'm gonna do that just to match the difficulty. If I need to use one more to like exceed it, then I will.
So Jameson, you're still casting your spell, squirting Hamilton Minx with water from
Yeah.
like 25 feet in the air. Like, and all of a sudden that water starts to just slowly start to creep up into a fog as it engulfs Hamilton and Rosa down there upon the magic circle and makes it almost impossible to see what's going on. There's just look like a little cloud of fog just emerges around them.
Nice.
Medea, you seeing all this? What would Medea do?
Know that they were creating like a circle. Did Jameson tell us about that?
I think you guys were in it. I think the way I described it last time is you guys were close enough to see what they were doing.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because I just know it was dark in here because it's like
Yeah.
space.
It's always like a space environment in here, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The water did the water wash away the chalk?
You can't tell now because there's fog.
Oh. Okay.
Does it seem to have disrupted anything to have the rune covered?
What is Julia doing? Because I know all the attention went to Hamilton. What
Mhm.
is Julia doing?
I was assisting Alistair with the fog. I'm probably about to be running into the observatory.
Okay. I will run in with her.
Okay.
To,
So you guys
make
both kind of
sure.
beat feet and start running into the chamber.
Mhm.
Yeah, the minute you walk in there, you can see there's what were those two individuals are now completely like hidden by this magical, mystical white fog cloud that's right there.
Mhm.
Looks like Jameson is above there, and he's just finishing up like shooting water down upon these students. And you guys can take a look up now, and you guys can see the same thing that Jameson was seeing. It seems like there's magical glowing blue and purple runes that seem to be, going in that. They're not. It's not a completed circle, but you can see some in different places, glowing with a magical radiance around that center star, high above the ceiling of this place.
Okay. What's the other girl doing? Because it was Hamilton, and then who else was the girl?
Is it
Rosa
Rosa?
Rivers. Yes, the one
She
that
was-
you met in the library.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. What is Rosa doing?
Right now, you can't tell. She's engulfed in fog.
Okay. Ugh. You know what? I don't know what she's going to do. I'm scared that if I go up there, she might hurt me. I don't know what these people are. You know what? You know what? No. Yeah, I'm just gonna run through the fog to make sure that circle and stuff is broken.
Okay. So you're running into the fog?
Yes. With my wand out just in case.
Okay. So you guys watch Medea kind of run towards the fog and running right where those students were. And Medea, you actually bump into something. Like you slam into something much larger than you's chest in the fog. And you guys all hear a strange sound. If you have your Roll20 open, make sure your volume is up.
Oh, snap. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Michael. Wait. No, I'm scared. Oh. Panic.
Panic.
All right, I have it all the way up.
You got it up? You guys ready?
Yeah.
I apologize if this is super loud, and I apologize to everybody watching on YouTube because I want to make sure you guys can hear it. I have no idea what the volume level's like on Roll20, so we'll have to see. But here's what it sounds like.
That doesn't sound good.
That sounds like a robot. I don't like that.
And as that sound occurs, beyond that, a blue light begins to glow, Medea, and you're just like, you wonder what you just ran into, but then you kind of like, something feels a little metallic in front of you, but also organic in a sense. And whatever it is starts like slowly pushing you and walking out towards the edge of the fog. And you can see a blue resonating glow come from behind it, just to silhouette it for a moment. And it looks like a large humanoid type creature that has this pointed head at the top as it begins to walk. And that blue resonating light is coming from the direction of where Hamilton Minx was standing. But then that blue resonating glow begins to glow brighter, and it goes and it shoots up towards Jameson out of the fog. So it's actually going to make
him.
It's going to make an attack first against Jameson. And then I'll describe what you see, Medea, as it's kind of pushing you out of the fog.
I knew they were robots. I knew it.
Jameson, what you need to do is you need to decide, are you going to stand your ground against this blue light that seems to all of a sudden emerge in the fog and then shoot like a blue flame, like fireball, like up towards you? How would you like to avoid being hit by this? Or would you
put my broom in hyperspeed mode.
Okay.
And,
so you're gonna make a flight check for me, and since it's your broom, you can add your magic die, and if your broom adds any extra benefits to get away from attacks, you can do that because this creature is firing away at you.
All right.
And gonna make a fight check against you.
All right.
Let's get that out of frame.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
It's up to you. What would you like? Is this like, do you want the good news or the bad news kind of deal?
Let me get the bad news.
Okay. So the total of this attack is a 10.
Oh, I got a 13.
All right, you were able to dodge out of the way. Go ahead and describe how you managed to how you avoid this attack.
I pull my broom up and dart out of the way, and as I fly out of the way, I'm gonna use the light of the beam that was shot off to kind of like skirt away, using that as a distraction, and try to hide up high using my unassuming strength. I can spend 2 of my adversity tokens to not be seen.
Nice. So you blend in with your surroundings up upon the spatial ceiling here. That's no moon. That's right. I love it. Yes, excellent. Jameson gets away. You guys see this blast and ignites and glows. The whole room is engulfed by this blue glow for just a moment as this thing seems to dissipate and go on into the spatial environment. Medea, actually, Alistair and Julia, you guys watch as Medea starts just backpedaling out of the fog. And there's a creature that stands probably about 6'5" that is just walking slowly out of the fog. And have you guys ever seen what the have you ever played the video game StarCraft before in your lives?
Heck yeah.
Okay. If you haven't, Google Protoss. Okay? Google what a Protoss in StarCraft looks like, and you'll get exactly what this creature looks like as it kind of comes out of the fog. And it seems to be like, there's parts of it that are glowing blue. It looks like it's wearing some type of armor, but it definitely looks like some kind of creature that steps out of the fog. And it's just looking towards you. Its eyes glowing blue, Medea. And you hear, and you guys constantly hear more of these sounds.
Turn it off. Can we look for a power button?
Does
I have an idea.
This is fully alien. Like, none of us have ever seen anything like this.
I know I haven't.
I don't think Alistair would have. He might have read like fairy tale stories of things of this nature, but
I have an idea. I don't know how successful this would be, but with my experience with machinery, when it gets very cold, it's harder to operate. So I wonder if I could make the fog cold to try to slow the creatures.
Good thinking.
I was literally thinking the exact same thing. I was like, that fog is
Bro,
iced out.
this teamwork is working.
Good thinking. So yeah, you're gonna go ahead and make a spell check, and this is gonna be basically you're taking the I don't know. I'm thinking this is gonna be on the lines of fight here. It's indirectly affecting them in that manner.
And the fog already exists. It would just be adding a
You're right,
temperature change.
Yeah, could naturally happen. Yes. So you're doing the whole fog cloud. You want it to be cold?
I would like to aim for it, but if that is not possible, then perhaps towards the middle.
Okay. Yeah. So that takes the difficulty to 6. You want it to last for just a few minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Evan, and have you ever done this before? Have you witnessed somebody do it, or are you inexperienced with this?
I imagine that I have witnessed somebody do it, and as far as knowing how the spell works and studying, I know how it works, but I have not attempted hands-on.
Okay. This is going to be. I'm gonna make this a fight check because it's just the way that it's gonna fit with the rules. So it's fight, and it's gonna be a 10 difficulty based on the information that you get.
That I do not foresee that being possible. No, that's a 3.
A 3.
So,
okay. Is anybody?
You know,
yeah, that's. Oh, you do? Did you added your magic die too?
Okay,
yeah.
I got a 1 on the D6 and a 2 on the D4, so we're doing very well this morning, everybody. I don't even think adversity tokens could save me at this time. Okay. So.
Yeah, so you gain another adversity token for the failure. It doesn't seem to have any effect as you're casting towards it. It seems like maybe you've missed something in your magical words that just by witnessing it, you need more practice with this spell to make it work. And this thing is just standing out in front of you, and Medea, it's looking very intimidating towards you.
All right. Can I basically use I want to use some magic that will kind of like, I want to damage it, but I want to basically kind of push it, but what is that? I want to do damage. I want to like knock it down. Okay. Like push it like a strong amount of force to knock it over and cause like to just hit it. Like kind of like a freight train will hit you. Like a car.
So you're gonna cast Conjure Train and just.
But no, basically just force. Just a strong and
just
force.
just like a force blast right to the chest.
Straight up force.
You got it. Sure. So this is definitely going to be fight.
Okay.
So that's the check that you're going to be making. And the
Alright.
difficulty for this is going to be. So this is going to definitely be. So it's just a force blast. Okay, I'll do that. +3 because it's like a size of a person. So there's like 4. Instantaneous is a 0. Have you ever done something like this before? Have you?
Yes.
You have. So that your difficulty on this is going to be a base of a 6.
Alright. So I forgot how to do this again. So you roll your die, add whatever your stat or magic.
Yeah,
thing
this would be magic. Yeah, this would be magic.
Okay. So.
And then you add your D4 magic die to it as well because you're rolling with your wand and casting magic.
D4. So that's 13.
13. Okay. It is gonna try to it's just gonna try to withstand it. It's gonna roll its grit against you.
Okay.
You said you had a 13?
Yes.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no. That's exploding die.
Oh.
A 12 plus a 9.
Oh.
So you go to blast this thing back, and so technically that's a failure. You gain a adversity token.
Okay.
And you go to blast this thing back. There's this shining, glimmering light that seems to just disperse out of the magic wand as Medea just flicks it towards this creature in response to it pushing her out of the fog. This magical glow seems to resonate. The creature takes one little step back, but you see it just like regain its strength, and it just holds itself there in the midst of this force push that you just tried to force upon it, and then it just takes one step back forward and stands confidently again just outside the fog.
There is one thing I would like to do, and it is magical BS to the 9th degree. Using the principles of my gate spell that I've been using to go between different rooms, I would like to weaponize it to basically think of my room, the door to my room, and make a rift like halfway through the thing. Just like teleport half of it away and then shunt the teleport close.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Oh.
So it's like suddenly half of it is in my room and then just force it closed.
Interesting. Interesting.
Magical BS, go!
Yeah, that is. I see where you're going with this. That definitely will break the rules of reality. Oh boy. 8, 9, 10.
That's his specialty. Breaking the rules of reality. It's literally his specialty.
I would say you've probably never tried this before. Because you've probably never wanted to teleport your leg or one of your body parts to another location. Right. So I'd say you're inexperienced. This is going to be a very difficult check of a 17.
Right.
Come on, you got it.
Is this a fight?
I would say because you're using your portcullis to do this, it is going to be flight.
You got it.
Come on, exploding die. Because that's about the only way it's gonna work. Okay. So it is. So we're gonna do flight. We're gonna do magic. Bonuses, penalties, none.
Oh.
So that's without the D4. I had one exploding dice.
Oh.
And then another D12 is a 4 plus a D4. So let me roll the d4, and I still have some adversity tokens.
Come on, do it. Do it.
Even...
That's a 17.
Like, why are you laughing?
17
I
is
have
what you
two-
needed to hit, man.
I have 2 adversity tokens. Alright. It's just... I'm just gonna, like, panic rift. Just...
Okay, you go ahead and narrate.
Oh, right. So I'm watching Julia try to freeze it, and like little icicles form, and but it doesn't seem to slow it down. Medea tries to just like blast it, and it's like, all right, I need to get this thing gone fast. And then it's like, but wait, I don't want to get rid of all of it. And I think of my room because that's the first place that comes to mind. I'm trying to like focus, so it's just I'm thinking of my room. I'm thinking of like I just want half of it, and then just like rift a void in reality just kind of tears it in half. The top half is just disappeared, and then there's just like a perfect cut, like not like a cut, but just like it's just erased. I imagine somewhere in my room there's a very confused student looking at the top half of this thing. That just kind of like flops out of the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
There's just like a brief moment where like the door flickers, and then like this thing falls off.
And the legs that are remaining, like standing in front of Medea, just go and just flop over onto the ground of the observatory.
Well, that was horrifying.
I just look back at him like,
That was rather
Experiment
impressive.
success.
That was rather impressive, actually. Not the method I personally would have chosen. However, is there another? Are we?
Actually, what you guys see coming out of the fog, like flying Superman style, is the second of these creatures. And
there's a second one.
It's the blue glow of its legs, kind of like there's a blue glow, and it's like shining as it goes up towards where Jameson was. And it's like comes out of the fog, and then is like looking all around, like for Jameson up there as it's flying around.
Does it seem to be flying because of its legs? Is it propelling itself, or do I get a sense that it is flying because it is like kind of like a jetpack, so to speak, with the bottom of its legs?
Go ahead and make a brains check for me on this.
come on, Julia, you got it.
I am brainy.
It's going to be an average difficulty of an 8.
Okay, I think I can.
Perception. Yeah.
I think I could do that. Okay.
I love that she blew on the dice.
That's good.
She did that gambler.
That's right.
And I also have a question, actually. So, the kind of broom I have has a special ability where every time I succeed at a check, a friend gets another adversity token. Is that only when I'm using the broom, or in a general sense?
Yeah, it only applies when you're actually using the broom. Yeah.
Alright. Well, I rolled a 10, so...
Nice.
I think...
You think that these, as you're watching, it doesn't look like a jetpack.
Right.
It doesn't look like anything that it's wearing is helping it to be able to fly. You think like these things naturally have this ability. Like they don't need a broom to fly.
Right,
It's like,
right. I was going to try to bind its legs and see if that would cause it to fall from the air, but come back to me. I'm thinking.
Okay. Alistair, it doesn't look like this creature has noticed you guys at the bottom. It seems like it's looking for something above. But it hasn't been able to locate it.
I probably see it looking for me.
Oh, yeah. It's elevated. It's up about 25, 30 feet in the room now.
I'm gonna give it a little surprise.
I also have an idea, but whatever Jameson does may affect my idea because I don't want it to.
Will.
Hurt him.
Does it seem like actively hostile? Now that I've accidentally murdered one.
You watched it shoot something up towards the.
Okay. Yeah. So actively hostile. Got
yes.
It. Okay.
This thing apparently does not like Jameson one bit.
It's not gonna like me more after this.
I was wondering if I could create a large sort of spider web to try to trap it.
Oh, that won't interrupt me at all.
All right.
Okay, why don't you guys do this simultaneously? What are you going to be doing, Jameson, as well? While
Well, I've actually looped back down and around under it, right?
Okay.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And thinking back to like chemistry and all that stuff, because I've taken really high level classes, I'm thinking like, what kind of reaction can I make out of water, cold water specifically, because it was like a little bit cold, right? And then I'm like, potassium. So I'm going to conjure a cloud of potassium dust to drop into the fog. When potassium meets water, it explodes.
Perhaps you
no
should
one be
warn.
there.
Perhaps you should warn the people that are in the fog first.
You guys aren't in the fog, right?
Well, actually, Medea is. Isn't
Medea's
she?
pretty close.
Oh,
I mean, this is a wonderful idea. Don't get me wrong. However, I would definitely make sure that your friends are nowhere near when something explodes.
So as do I see? Can I see Jameson's face as he's like having these thoughts?
Jameson is
Probably.
actually hidden because he used
I
his
am hidden.
ability.
Yeah,
So
you
you
can't see
guys
him.
can't even tell what he's up to right now. So you guys
I-
don't even really
But
know
I
where he
was-
is in the room, but you know
I was
somebody's
just
here.
I would like to try the large spider web
Okay.
and try to
Okay.
put it to where if I've been noticing his trajectory to
Okay.
where like he wouldn't notice, so
sure.
to speak.
Okay. So we're gonna do the web roll, and then we're gonna do the potassium roll. Right?
I have a flaw that is reckless, so I would not pay attention.
Yeah.
The tracks.
Okay.
Yeah, it tracks.
So the web roll is gonna be a so you're trying to trap him. Trying to trap him, I still think falls under fight checks. Let me double check really quick, but I think it's still.
I'm
fight
basically
check.
trying to create an obstacle.
Okay, making
to, like-
something explode is on fight. So Jameson, just remember you're gonna be rolling a fight check here in a minute.
Okay, all right.
He gonna kill me.
I probably won't win, but you know.
You might
I guess,
kill me.
Well, it's either. I'm gonna give you a choice. It's either gonna be
All
fight.
right.
It's either gonna be fight or grit, whatever your highest.
Grit, please.
Grit. Okay, you got it.
What am I trying to beat?
This is going to be. So yeah, spider webs can happen naturally. Person or small, so that's 4. How long do you want the web to last?
Just a couple minutes, I'd say.
Okay, so up to 5. Have you done this before? Witnessed it? An experience?
I would say I've done this before.
Okay, so you're going to be at a 6.
All right. All right. That is a 5 on die, and I would like to spend an adversity token to make it 6.
Okay. So you make this web kind of form in front of it, and you guys all watch this creature kind of just fly right into it, and the web kind of surrounds him. And
Freeze the
engulfs him.
web.
For one moment, you see the web kind of like tightening up. Jameson, go ahead and make your fight check. As the rest of the group doesn't really know what you're up to. But this
I
is
probably I start to cast the spell, and then I realize Medea's like right on the edge of the fog, and I'm like, I really hope this knocks her back because I'm already kind of done casting the spell.
Have you ever done this before?
I've probably made potassium before, I'm assuming, in like chemistry class.
I don't think this is the first time he's made something explode.
That's true.
Yeah,
True.
I'm pretty sure
That's
he
true.
exploded
I
a lot of
think he's
things.
made something explode in every one of the last several episodes.
Yeah.
Or brought something to life.
Your difficulty is going to be an 8.
Okay.
It's
All right.
tracks for him.
Ah, yes.
All right.
An
I'm
8.
probably not
Eight
going to
should be
reach
the
this
convention.
at all. That's a 5. And I've only got 2 adversity tokens.
Did you roll your d4?
Oh, I didn't
magic.
roll my d4.
Yep, you got a D4 on your magic.
yeah.
That's 4. That's a 9 plus plus. Oh no, plus nothing. That's a 9.
Go ahead and narrate.
So I point my wand at the big fog cloud, and then I notice Medea, and I'm like, "Oh no!" As the powder is just sprinkling out of my wand into like the area of the fog cloud. Then as it hits the fog cloud, there's a little spark, and then another little spark, and then as the mass of the powder is introduced to the fog cloud, the whole thing explodes.
Could we say that perhaps this catches the web on fire?
Unfortunately, it depends. How far would the explosion extend from the fog?
I don't know.
I have never like explored this chemical combination that you're describing, so I don't know like how big the blast would be based on the chemistry you're using.
I'm pretty sure.
Fog is it?
So I'm on a list now. You're welcome.
You on a list? I'm sorry, on explosions?
Oh yeah, he's searching it.
It's a pretty violent
you are.
It's
reaction.
pretty violent.
It's pretty violent?
Yeah,
I looked it up.
Incinerate.
Oh god.
I tried to use
Incinerate.
the most violent alkaline metal because
Okay, here's one everyone to do.
got mad geniuses here. I can't.
Everyone is gonna do this as this explosion takes place. I want everybody to make a grit check for me, please.
Oh, that's my lowest stat. Babe.
Okay,
Me too.
And it's gonna
Yikes.
be against Jameson's 9 that he rolled. Okay,
including me or not including me.
including you, because if it's a
Okay.
pretty extensive, like you're kind of like not really sure how this is gonna go, and it surprises you at how big this blast is.
Oh, it explodes.
Do we get to
What-
add
did
anything?
Did he get a 9 or an 8?
A 9.
Explodes again.
Oh boy.
4, 8.
Is this a stat or is this magic?
This is just stat because you guys are just. You don't really have time to react, as all of a sudden this thing just explodes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Boy, this episode took a unique turn of events.
I feel bad for the kids in it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
A D4 in grit.
Oh no! If I rolled a 7, should I spend 2
Yes.
adversity tokens?
Yes.
I will do that. I will do that. So I'll only have 1 left now.
All right, so you succeed. Medea, are you gonna go ahead and spend any tokens? Like even if
I
you
don't
don't
have enough.
even if you don't have enough to meet it, if you spend some tokens, it will make the effects of what is about to happen less. Because you don't
Oh,
want-
wait. I do have the well, I don't know if this works for me. I do have the spell slinger feat, but I don't think if I'm the one casting it.
I
It
think-
says
yeah,
that
I think- yeah, go and read it to me again, yeah.
oh, excuse me. It says if I spell a spell check, add 3 to the negative number. I will still lose the roll no matter what, but could reduce the loss to -1. But I don't think that implies here because I'm not the one casting it.
Yeah, and that's a
Yeah.
spell check, not a.
Yeah,
stat
that's
check.
for a spell check, yeah.
So I'm gonna burn 2 of my adversity tokens, my last 2. So
Okay.
I didn't need them to eat the other guy into another dimension.
Okay.
So it's an 8, so I'm failing by -1.
So I rolled a 3.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a hint. The way the injuries work in this game is the
Mhm.
rule of 3. So like, if the difference is within 3, it's kind of like you get hurt minorly. If it's within 6, the injury could be more severe. If it's within 9, you're badly hurt. And if it's within 12, you could be killed in this game.
So I rolled a 3 and the check was a 9. So
Right.
that's
So that's
a
6.
6
Your disparity
difference.
is 6, yeah. So if you have anything to change it,
yeah, I'll use 3 of my adversity tokens.
3 of those adversity tokens, good choice.
Yeah, to bring it to at least. Thanks, Jameson. I thought we were friends.
Reckless.
Jameson, what did you roll?
I'm explode everything.
I rolled a 4 that exploded, so then I rolled another 4 that exploded, and I got 11.
Nice. So you had the benefit of knowing this was happening. So
Yeah.
you're able to like steer the broom out of the way. Medea and Alistair go flying backwards. And you guys just slam onto the ground very hard and kind of like roll across. Julia, you were able to kind of shield yourself a bit. You still felt the heat of this take place. But now Alistair goes like rolling across the floor. You guys are what is equivalent to you're hurt, but only temporarily. So it's kind of like you just get a little bit of stunned as you guys get tossed and rolled across the floor, but no severe injuries or anything whatsoever from this massive blast that takes place in this room. But you also notice above that web caught fire. And it also pushed this creature like higher up into the air, and it seems to have lost this this ability for a moment, and it descends and slams down onto the ground.
Where the kids are? Did he land on them?
You don't see any kids.
Oh, they're gone?
Those are the kids. They were robots.
I'm fairly certain that those are the children.
What?
They were robots, bro.
Did I mess up their circle?
The explosion definitely messed up the circle.
Nice.
And you notice like looking up where those runes were going around the star. They slowly kind of start to lose their magical aura and disappear.
Nice.
All right. I would like to go check on Medea and Alistair.
Okay.
Lord Medea is just like, her arm is over her head and just like, some of her robe is singed.
Are you all right?
Sorry.
I'm wondering if I could repair her robe.
Sure.
What kind of a check would that be?
What would be the equivalent of like mending something? Let's see.
Pretty sure my nose is like bleeding a little bit.
I'm gonna say for this, it's going to be. You can choose either brains or grit.
All right, I will choose brains, please.
Okay.
That is a 7.
7 will beat the DC for this. It's very simple.
All right.
So as you cast this, you're able to repair some of the burn and singe marks on Medea's robes from this blast. Over on the floor next to you guys, as you're trying to regain your thoughts, you can still continue. You still hear this noise, and that thing, like, it has this web that's on fire on it, but it's starting to rise up to its feet.
No.
Slowly.
I'm going to cast, seeing it, I'm going to cast Decay on it.
Okay.
This is a spell that I have been trying for a while with my little research. I did it on non-organic, and the only organic materials I have used were like plants.
Okay. Cool.
So I basically just wanted.
That's what happened to my apology flowers. I see how it is.
So could happen at 1, a person or smaller. That's 3, so 3, 4. Instantaneous. You've been practicing this spell. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I've been practicing a lot with these kind of.
This is gonna be difficulty 8.
All right.
All right. Well, actually, this is kind of like a fight check against this creature. I think. So it'd be casting on another living creature. So I think I have to actually roll against this. Difficulty 7. Yeah, the opponent does get to try to withstand it as well. So let me see what this says really quick.
Yeah, let me know what I need to beat.
Okay. Well, the difficulty is an 8, so just to do the spell, you got to make sure you roll over an 8. And then It's just gonna try to use its grit to withstand it.
All right. See, I rolled an 8, but I have to beat an 8, or do I have to make an 8?
As long as you make it, you succeed.
Okay, an 8.
Okay. An 8 on that check. I rolled a 6. They have a +1 to grit, which makes it a 7. So you've succeeded. But it's like it is decaying them a little bit, but it seems like their form it's alien to you, so it's affecting it a little bit differently. You can see the organic parts of it starting to shrivel at some parts and blacken, but it's still maintaining its form as it rises up to its feet. Like, it looks like you did hurt it, but not significantly enough to like actually kill it. Okay? And at that point, you guys hear just some more of that sound as it looks over toward all of you slowly. It just tilts its head. You hear one last. And that's where we're going to end this episode
Oh boy.
of Kids on Brooms.